Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Commerce Tutorpedia. In my last video, we have already started chapter 6 from Statistics for Economics, and the topic was measures of dispersion. In that video, we have already discussed what is dispersion and what are the various measures to calculate dispersion. We have discussed namely range, quartile deviation, mean deviation and standard deviation. We also read about that range and quartile deviation are the measures which measure the dispersion by calculating the spread within which the value lie. And for the mean deviation and standard deviation, we studied that it calculates the extent to which the values differs from the averages. We have solved certain questions of range and we have discussed about the formula to calculate dispersion from range. In this video, we are going to discuss about quartile deviations and we will also discuss certain questions based on the quartile deviation formula. So let us start quartile deviation. So when there is a presence of even one extreme high and low value in a distribution, it can reduce the utility of range as a measure of dispersion. Okay. In such a situation, if the entire data is divided into 4 parts, each containing 25% of the value, we get the value of quartiles and median. Okay, so what is the suitability? Why do we need to calculate quartile deviation? When in our distribution, we are having extremely high and extremely low values. In that situation, we use quartile deviation as our measure. Okay, so let us discuss what is the formula to calculate quartile deviation. It is calculated by this formula, that is Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. It is also known as semi-interquartile range. Okay, in this formula, Q1 stands for n plus 1 by 4th value and Q3 stands for the size of 3 into n plus 1 by 4th value. Okay. There is another formula to calculate quartile deviation for a frequency distribution and it represents Q1 as L plus n by 4 minus Cf upon f into I, where L stands for lower limit, Cf stands for cumulative frequency for the class preceding the quartile class, I represents the interval of quartile class, f represents the frequency of the quartile class, and Q1 is the size of n by 4th value in continuous series. Whereas Q3 is equals to L plus 3n by 4 minus Cf upon f into I, where Q3 is the size of n in 3 into nth by 4th value. We are also having a formula which tells us, which guides us how to calculate coefficient of quartile deviation. It stands for Q3 minus Q1 by Q3 plus Q1. Now, it seems pretty confusing and pretty hard formulas, but once we will solve the questions based on these formula, it will become easy for us. So let us apply these formula in certain questions. Okay. In this question, we need to calculate the quartile deviations and the coefficient of quartile deviation of the series. Okay. So as we know, first step to calculate this is to arrange the data in the ascending order. So firstly, we will arrange the data in ascending order. So when we will arrange the data in the ascending order, what is the data that we get is 82, then 100, then 110, then we are having 116, 150, 150 is repeated 2 times, then we are having 170, 200, and the greatest value in this data is 250. Okay, and n here is 9. Okay, how we have calculated 9? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, now let us see what was the formula to calculate the quartile deviation. Okay, according to that we will solve the questions. So the formula to calculate quartile deviation is Q3 minus Q1 by 2. Now we don't have Q3 or Q1. So let us first calculate Q3 and Q1. Right? So Q1 will be calculated. What is the formula to calculate Q1? It was the size of n plus 1 by 4th item. Right? So size of n plus 1 by 4th item or value. So let us place the value of n in this. We will get 9 plus 1 by 4, that is size of 2.5th item. Okay, or the value. Okay, Q1 size of, okay, how to calculate 2.5 value? Here we will take the second item from the data plus 0.5 of third item minus second item. I hope this is clear to you guys. I've already discussed this. Okay, so when we will solve this, we will get from the second item, you can see on the second position we are having 100 and plus 0.5 of what is the third item? Third item is 110 minus second is 100. So what is the value that we get here is 100 plus 0.5 into 10. Right? When we will solve this, we will get the exact value of Q1 as 105. Okay, so Q1 is 105. Now let us see what will be the value of Q3. So Q3 is the size of 9 plus 1 by 4th item, by which we get, okay, we are also having 3. So size of, what was the formula to calculate Q3? Okay, the Q3 was 3 into n plus 1 by 4. Okay, let us apply this formula in the question. So Q3 is 3 into n plus 1 by 4th value. And the value that we are going to get here is size of 7.5 item. Okay, which will be calculated as the size of 7th item plus 0.5 of 8th item minus 7th item. Alright, so let us place the values in this formula. What is the 7th item? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. We are having 170 as the 7th item plus 0.5 into what is the 8th? We are having 200 at the 8th value and 170 as the 7th. So what is the value of Q3 that we have got? Here is 185. Okay, let us place the value in the formula and we are going to get Q3 as 185 minus Q1 is 105 by 2 and it gives us 0.880 by 2, which gives us 40 as our quartile deviation and the answer of this question. Okay, we also need to calculate the coefficient of quartile deviation, and the formula to calculate the coefficient of quartile deviation is, let us first write the formula to calculate the coefficient of quartile deviation, and it is Q3 minus Q1 by Q3 plus Q1. We have already calculated the value of Q3 and Q1. Let us place the value in the formula and get the answer. Q3 is 185, Q1 is 105. Let us add the value. 185 plus 105. The values that we are going to get here is, when we will subtract it, we are going to get 80, and with the denominator we are going to get 9 and 290. Okay, so we are having this value, and when we will solve this value, we are going to get 0.276 as our value for the coefficient of quartile deviation. So this is the answer. These both are the answer of this question. I hope I was able to make you guys understand this question. Now let us move to the another question. In this question we have been given with frequency distribution, or you can say with the class intervals, how to calculate quartile deviation. Okay, these type of questions has been given in the NCERTs, so you can refer to NCERT for more questions. Okay, now let us see how to calculate these values. Okay, for quartile deviation, first calculate the cumulative frequencies. Okay, we will calculate the cumulative frequencies over here. So what will the cumulative frequency? 0, 5, and when we'll add 5 and 8, we are going to get 13, then 29, 36, and the last value will be 40. And you can see what is the value for the total is n equals to 40, right? So first let us see what was the formula to calculate Q1 and Q3. Okay, so the Q1 is calculated as L plus n by 4. Let us write down the formula over there and calculate. Okay, so what was the formula to calculate Q1? Q1 is calculated as L plus n by 4 minus CF upon F into I, right? So we need L, that is the lower limit, N, CF, F and I. Okay, so Q1 is the size of n by 4th value in the continuous series, thus it is the size of the 10th value. Okay, right? So when we will place the value, we are going to get n by 4 is 40 by 4, that we will going to get 10th. So the class containing the 10th value is 10 to 20, right? So the value that is going to contain 10 as its value is 10 to 20, right? So what we are going to conclude here is, hence Q1 lies in the class 10 to 20. Okay, now to calculate the exact value, we have to use this formula. So what is the value of L1? L1 is the lower limit is 10. Okay, so the CF, okay, n by 4 is 10. We have already calculated this value over here, minus CF. Now what is the CF? Value of CF for the class preceding the quartile class. So what is the value of CF which is preceding to quartile class? We are having 5. And what is the value of F? F is the frequency of the quartile class. So what is the frequency of the quartile class? You can see 8 as the frequency of our quartile class. And what is the difference of the intervals? That is 10. Okay, you can see the interval difference is 10. So let us now solve this equation and get our value of Q1. So 10 minus 5 is 5 upon 8 into 10, and this is going to we are going to reach at the conclusion at, this is the answer, 16.25. okay, so this is the answer of Q1. Now let us calculate Q3. Similar to this, we are having Q3 as, what is the value of Q3? Q3 is the size of 3 into n by 4th value, right? So that is 3 into, what was the n over here? We are having n as 30 by 4. So we are going to get 30th value. Okay, this is how we have calculated 30th value, and it is going to lie in, where it is going to lie in 40 to 60 class interval. Okay, this is going to lie in this value. So our class interval is 40 to 60. Now using the formula to calculate Q3, what was the formula to calculate Q3? We are going to calculate it on next page. So the formula to calculate Q3 was Q3 equals to L plus 3n by 4 minus CF by F into I. Now let us see what is the value that we require for its calculation. L1 is 40. We are having CF as 29, right? It's the value proceeding to the interval class. We are having 7 as our frequency and I as 20. The difference between these are 20. So let us put the values in the formula. So L1 was 40 plus, when we will solve this, we are going to get 30. We have already solved this value. CF was 29 and 7 was our frequency, and the difference between was 20. Now when we will solve this value, we are going to get 9, 10, 9, okay, 1 by 7 into 20, right? So the approximate value that we are going to get is 42.87 as the third quartile or Q3. Okay, now what was the formula to calculate quartile deviation? Was Q3 minus Q1 by 2. What is the value of Q3? It is 42.87. And what was the value of Q1 that we have already calculated? It is 16.25. So let us write down the value here. 16.25 divided by 2. So let us calculate the value from the calculator, and the exact value that we are going to get is 13.31. So this is how we calculate quartile deviation in different questions. I hope guys I was able to make you understand both these questions and the formula that is required to calculate the quartile deviation. For the conclusion of this video, I would like to request you all to like and subscribe my channel, and for any queries related to online tuitions for the class 11th 12th commerce, UG PG, EFM subjects, and for the NET commerce, you can drop your comments in the comment box below. Thank you.